In actual fact, we have nothing to worry about. According to our research, the next emission will not occur for at least 2 months, 4 days, and 7 hours. Its intensity will be 3 on the Bergman scale, which is 2.13.
Without going into detail, I must say I have never seen anything like this before. The encephalogram suggests serious damage to the nervous system, but the other indicators couldn't be better. It's astounding.
Perhaps it has something to do with the emission.
Most certainly, although so far I've been utterly unable to formulate a rational explanation for this abnormality.
It's breaking out. You're awake. That's good. Welcome back to the world of the living, Stalker. How are you feeling? Do you remember what happened to you? In the joking mood, eh? That bodes well for your recovery. I'm Lebedev, the group leader, and I'm responsible for everyone here. That includes you, for as long as you're here. We call ourselves Clear Sky, and you are in our base right now. We picked you up in the swamps after the emission. Lucky? I doubt it. The facts are these. You survived the emission. That's the first thing I still can't explain. The second thing is that our patrol found you in the swamps, which are essentially endless quicksand. And thirdly, you nearly got torn into shreds by a pack of pseudo-dogs, but our boys got you out just in time. Such a chain of events tells me it's more than just luck. Anyway, I need to finish what I'm doing, so let's continue this conversation later.
Welcome back from the afterworld. Hello, Mark. You became quite a legend while you were out of it. Even you wouldn't believe some of the rumors I've heard. Anyways, here's a drink on the house for a lucky son of a gun. Well then, you drink and I'll tell you about this place. It used to be pretty quiet here. We had the paths worked out, the right places explored, and the approach covered. Of course, the swamps ain't exactly spring break material, but it wasn't too bad either. Yeah, It wasn't too bad until the last emission. The biggest we've ever seen. I was collecting bottles one after another, and they let me here. I'm kidding, man. The truth is, there was no place for me in that other world. Didn't want me in our base. As you can see, it's a small, sinking farmstead in the middle of romantic, endless swamps. I couldn't tell you where it is exactly, but it's the last place in the zone where you can meet real people. You know why you've never heard of it? Because too many people want to know about it, and the fewer that do, the better. Lebedev is our leader. The man is a rock if ever I've seen one. He's the glue that holds our whole group together. Then there's Binpolev, Professor Binpolev. He's like a walking encyclopedia and a calculator in one. Knows more about the zone than... well, anyway. Our technician's called Gray. He can make you a rifle out of an empty can.
Colt, leave the merc alone with your dirty jokes. I need to see him.
Well, brother, if Lebedev says he needs to see you, that ain't up for a discussion. Go on, I'll catch you later.
Got some fresh air? You look better, that's for sure. Let me fill you in on the situation. You're in the Clear Sky base. Don't try to remember who we are. You've never heard of us, and there's a very good reason for that. Our mission is to research the zone. We believe that the zone must be studied and understood so that humanity knows what it is facing here. Understanding is the key to coexisting with the zone, because if you think about it, the zone is the most wondrous phenomenon humanity has been confronted with in its entire history. As I said, we are researchers. We are trying to figure out the nature of the zone, determine the reasons which caused it to appear, and formulate the rules that govern its existence. We are not consumed by a quest for money. We don't seek fields of artifacts, and we're not interested in turf wars with other factions. That is why we're hiding here in the swamps and concentrating on our research. Our forte is not combat, but knowledge. Knowledge of the zone, accumulated over years of research. We know more about it than Stalkers and the government combined. And our research was finally shaping up into a sound, coherent picture. No, that emission was incredibly powerful. It was on a level of its own. It was like a hurricane that swept the whole zone, changing it. Everything is different. The well-known and relatively safe areas have become highly radioactive and full of anomalies. But now, you can access parts of the zone that have been unreachable for years. Even the most hardened stalkers don't know what awaits them on their favorite path. The other thing that changed is people, and that became evident right away. The emission destroyed the fragile balance between factions, and they're now warring for territory. In other words, many strange things have happened, and I don't yet fully understand the scale of these changes. It's only been a few days since the... I see. How can I help you? Getting out of here isn't easy, not by a long shot. The swamps are a real maze of reeds and radioactive quicksand, swarming with terrible monsters and human scum. We are having a very tough time here recently. The emission reduced the number of anomalies in the swamps, which made the area easily accessible for bandits and other vermin. There are so many of them, they'll be setting up camp in our base soon if we don't do something about it. The problem is that we're not really the fighting type, so we've been steadily losing ground. But you, one look at you, tells me you're a pro at that sort of thing.
This is the second outpost. We're
Your
under attack. I
experience
repeat,
can save
we're
the
under
lives
attack.
of
Help!
many. That's enough chit-chat. There's been another attack on our outpost. Help us fight it off. If it's great, get over to the trader and he'll fit you out with some basic equipment. After that, Trader, a fighter is on his way to you. Issue him with all the equipment he'll need for the mission.
Roger that.
Тут главное не дрейфить. Еще не знаешь, куда тебя судьба завтра забросит.
Hello there. At last. Here, take this basic equipment kit. It's designed specifically for patrol missions.
I've been ordered to issue you some equipment. There's no time for questions.
What you need, Stalker?
Merc, there are anomalies ahead. Be careful. Remember, don't move until you've thrown a bolt in front of you. Find artifacts in anomalies. You can't see them, but detectors spot them easily enough. If you get close enough, your detector will indicate the location of the artifact, and then you just pick it up, easy as pie. Keep in mind that your current detector isn't exactly top of the line. It only shows the distance to the artifact.
Tower! The monsters can't get you there!
Attention all fighters. An emission is approaching. Get to cover now! You survived the emission again. I'm not even that surprised. Our boys picked you up not far from the tower when things calmed down a bit. You know, Polev was right. You defy scientific explanation. He believes that you acquired some, let's say, unusual abilities, which help you survive anomalous activity that would literally tear anyone else down to atoms. Also, it looks like something is increasing your body's performance in several areas, to the point where our monitoring equipment goes off the scale. Wait. Don't get too excited. There's always a fly in the ointment. Every emission harms your nervous system, and if this continues, you will die. A normal emission is the release of energy accumulated in the zone. A discharge, if you like. But what's happening now is completely different. In my opinion, the increasing regularity of these emissions is the zone's response to some sort of serious threat, akin to the response provided by a human immune system. It is difficult to rationally explain coexistence between humans and the zone. The zone tolerates us in some areas and forbids us from going to others. Whatever is beyond the Scorcher and further towards the center of the zone is taboo, a place where stalkers are not supposed to set foot. I think that recent events in the zone are related to the fact that someone broke that taboo and made it past the brain scorcher. It's hard to say. To answer that question, I would need to know what's in the center of the zone. Some say the monolith, others say the wish granter. The more unpretentious ones dream about, I didn't think so until the large emission. Hell, nobody thought so. However, if you consider the emissions to be a defensive reaction, I know a lot about the zone, but I can't share everything with you. You'll just have to trust me on some things. You're right. But we do know how to prevent a disaster and stop the emissions. And that means something. We have to find out who was in the center of the zone and stop them at any price. There's a strange connection between you and the zone. On the one hand, every new emission gradually kills you. On the other hand, you survive in situations where others don't stand a chance. I knew you'd ask that. The answer is simple. If the emissions aren't stopped, your nervous system will burn out and you'll die. Help us and you'll save yourself. Unfortunately, yes. So, will you help us? Then listen carefully. We have made use of all our contacts and connections in the zone. As a result, we know that a certain stalker at the cordon was asking Sidorovich about some very strange components. That's all we have for the moment. But it's a lead. Through the swamps, of course, how else? But remember what I said. After the emission, a whole army of all kinds of scum turned up in the area. Now they control almost everything. We are under siege, and I'm not exaggerating one bit.
Hello there. Oh, welcome, guest from foreign... Yeah, I heard your story. That's the sort of people... Let's not talk... Yeah, I know. Anyway, have a safe trip.
Тут крути, не крути, маракуй, не маракуй, а все равно будет так, как командиры скажут.
Stalker, what do you want? We're there, so you can take your blindfold off. Don't you try to follow me, it won't work anyway. If you want to come back to the base, find one of the guys at the fishing hamlet.
Merc, it looks like you're at the Great Swamps now. Be extremely careful and don't try to be here. Check out your PDA. You should find the location of our squads there. I suggest you get yourself over to the fishing hamlet. That's where they are.
They spotted us! Merc, we're waiting for your signal. You awake over there? We're waiting up for you. My special grenade treatment!
На, получи! Keep your eyes peeled. Stay down and wait. Where are you little shits hiding?
in action.
position in the swamps enough to give the renegades a real good kicking. Our next objective is their main base. The renegades are stronger than us. We need to do something about that before we lose the war.
You have my full attention. What are you waiting for? What you need, Stalker? Stalker, what do you want?
They see us! I repeat, they see us!
Не мандражуй, пацаны! Отходим!
Иди сбоку заходи!
Ща мы их! Граната!
Thanks, Merc. You really turned it around. Your reward will be waiting for you at the base.
Sit tight where you are! Stay down and wait! Looks all quiet
Keep
to
on
me.
guard! Scatter out in a chain! Be at the ready!
You're gonna get my special grenade treatment! Заходи,
drop in next time you're in